Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break the keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it through. Enough to go insane, living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met, even if you pretend. Am I in your debt? I don't owe you nothing. Don't say something you'll regret. Hate, rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Hate, rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it. I'm telling you, don't waste it. Lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But even living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Boku no mirai wa dare ni mo wakaru nai.
Let's see. Do I remember how to do this? It's been a day or two. Man, how you guys doing? I've missed you. And, you know, D-Max, my friend D-Max, has been after me because I really wanted to come back and do like a stream earlier, right? But it's like, no, you're on vacation. You need to stay away. You need to finish. But guys, I didn't really go on vacation. I didn't travel. I didn't do nothing. Well, I spent some time with my youngest son. Why am I getting an echo?
Peepaw!
What?
Peepaw!
What?
Peepaw! Riverter!
What, Max?
You have only spent 6 days away. This would have been the 7th. So you didn't even spend a whole week off the internet.
Listen.
What the hell?
It's simple. Oh,
yeah. Okay.
I missed everybody. And I missed the interaction.
So you're a selfish lover is what you were saying. You're selfish.
No.
You're selfish. You can't help it.
If I was selfish, I would have stayed away. But since I'm such a giving, benevolent, and just over, above, and top, I came back early. I'd have been back even earlier if you hadn't been in my ear saying, no, stay away. So,
well, you know, I hope that the time away did you some good. But I think what this has proven more than anything is that the merch that you are selling on your merch store, which by the way is in chat right now, go check out his merch store. Yeah. All of the merch with the oatmeal for brains, that's you peepers. That's what you are.
You think so?
Yeah, you can't stop. You can't help it. You can't even spend one extra day. Like, it's like if you had just spent one more day. Like, I get it. You don't stream on Sundays, but like, I mean, you know, one more day.
We do the podcast, so.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You could have come back with the podcast. Yeah, that'd have been a good way to do it.
Well,
but rather than that,
Okay, so you know
you're
what?
doing it this way.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask the chat a question. I'm not going to ask you because I know what your opinions are. Chat, should I stayed away another day or should I have came back like I did? What do you think?
Well, they're biased. They're biased.
Why are they biased? Why are they biased, Max?
They're biased because you're here and they want to watch you. That's why they're here.
Okay.
So they're biased. They're biased. Of course, they're going to answer one way or the other, unless they all have my opinion. In which case, they're not biased. In fact, they're actually very smart. So.
Well, I guess that's possible. Sure.
Yeah. The only.
But you know, the one thing I noticed is like while I was gone, nothing. Which I was kind of thankful for. Nothing really crazy happened, right?
A little bit popped off yesterday, but not really.
Oh,
there hasn't. It's been relatively quiet.
Oh, that whole what was it, the Tomato Man thing or whatever?
Yeah.
Was that really anything? I mean, in the long and short
it
of
really wasn't.
Yeah,
it really wasn't.
Yeah,
that was the funniest thing about it. Was just like everybody was going like it's so funny because like I feel like everybody hears about those things differently, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a part of your thing or not.
No,
but,
nope.
Okay, good.
Because I don't know anything about it, and I didn't care anything about it.
That's fine. There's really nothing to it. It's just funny because like whenever those types of things come out, it's like I usually for whatever reason I'm usually not here for it, but for that one yesterday I started seeing people like talking shit about Tomato Man, and I'm like, why is Tomato Man getting so much hate? And then like I saw the thread, and I was like, oh. and then I thought about it, and then I looked around, and I'm like, this is stupid. And then I saw the stream, and then I was like, yeah, this is very stupid.
Well, good morning, Mr. Nerdy John. How are you doing this morning?
Hello, Nerdy John. Are you here to yell at Peepaw too?
Yeah, you want to talk about a selfish lover? Now, there's a selfish lover.
Yeah, well, this is a menage a trois of selfish lovers right now.
There you go. Yeah. So, how's it going, Mr. Nerdy John?
It's going good. Trying to get myself some brunch here.
Okay.
Brunch? It's 7:30 in the morning, my dude.
I know, but I don't have cereal, so I'm having pizza.
Oh, that's just breakfast. That's not brunch. Well, because you're having pizza, you think that's brunch? Nah.
Well, it would be. You know what? It would be more of a lunch if it's heat. Did you heat it up or is it cold pizza?
It's like Tostino's pizza. So yeah, I'm heating it up in the microwave.
You're actually making a pizza. Oh yeah, no, that's like either brunch or lunch. If it's cold pizza, then that's like a breakfast thing.
If it's like leftover pizza from the night before, and you just grab it out of the fridge, start munching on it,
which is really good.
Oh, I love it.
Really,
I love it.
I love that stuff. Yeah.
The only one that I cannot do cold out of the fridge like that leftovers is the Supreme pizzas. I have to heat them things back up.
Yeah,
I can't do Little Caesars like that.
No, well, there are certain pizzas where it's like you can do it, and then other ones where you can't. Like I'm convinced, like Pizza Hut pizza, for instance, is better cold than it is heated.
Pizza Hut pizza is better being left at the store.
That's true too. I know, dude.
God.
I don't know what it is recently about all the chain pizza places. They all suck ass now. They're all terrible.
I tried explaining this to my friends that like day old pizza in the fridge is actually better most of the time. They just kept calling me a divorced dad.
No, they're just wrong. They just don't know.
100%. No, most leftover pizza cold in the oven, or in the out of the fridge is good. I prefer it that way, honestly.
Yeah.
But I agree, Max. Here lately, like all the chain ones are like horrible. Now, because of my location stuff, the only one I have to choose from is Pizza Hut. And I will honestly, rather than get Pizza Hut pizza, I will make a dough from scratch, buy the sauce, and make the pizza myself.
You might as well at that point.
I just can't.
I got Papa John's in my area. That's pretty good.
Papa John's is not too bad, but they fell off a little bit ever since they got rid of the racist owner.
Oh my God. Okay, first of all, that's not even accurate. I need to clear the record.
Flavors.
What? Say that again, Nerd John?
Said you get rid of the racism and the flavor's gone.
Guys, he's not a racist. He was caught like that wasn't real. That was bullshit.
I know that.
Selling fake news.
I'm just
people are gonna think he's a racist.
I'm just
it's
laying
not
in the
fair. It's not fair. I felt so bad for him because like he was saying something in context and everybody took it out of context.
Well,
like, come on.
Another big downfall of it is he actually collaborated with freaking H3H3 over Ethan. So that was
really?
God,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
But
that's
on his
worse.
show,
That's much worse.
He actually
Never
brought
mind, then.
he actually brought the founder. Here's a funny story. It's really funny.
I forgot he was on. You're totally right. I'm remembering this now.
Yeah. Back in I graduated high school in '87, and we moved summer of '87. We moved up into the Louisville, Kentucky area. Actually, we lived in Southern Indiana. Well, my job that my dad had was he was a salesperson for this company that they primarily took care of, like the big coolers that you go in the convenience store, like you get your cold sodas and water and whatever, what have out of, the soda dispensaries, like where you get your like cups with the soda and whatever, that type, the shelving, all that stuff, anything to do with the convenience store, they sold it, right? And that's what he was. He was a salesman. Well, he worked a deal and got a sit down meeting with like Papa John, the owner of Papa John Pizza. And he started doing, working with him, and because Papa John's, things like that, they also have like the walk-in coolers where they store their produce and things like that, right? And so he started working with Papa John. And, my dad was, when he got to know the story, because this was back before Papa John was the big name that he is today. He was just starting to like franchise out his whole thing. And, my dad was telling me, the guy started off with, he borrowed some money from his dad, I think it was. And he got his first pizza oven and started doing pizzas and stuff. And,
was it a small loan of $1 million?
Yeah, something like that, It wasn't $1 million, but yeah, I mean, he got a small loan from his dad or whatever. But, no, he was a self-made man. And, and then of course, the allegations and stuff came forward. It doesn't matter when it's something like that, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's just simply made the allegations, kind of like, since we're,
at that time.
Since we're kind of talking about this, we'll talk about this a little bit, because I did see some Twittering back and forth between some people. This Colleen Ballinger story, right? Mm-hmm. Now,
my God. Don't get me fucking started.
Okay, so Colleen, I think is a horrible person, right? She's
no.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the worst thing. It's funny.
Your mobile's cutting out a little bit, John.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The worst thing is she's unfunny.
Well, yeah. I mean, that is always subjective, but at the same time, you're not even wrong.
No, you're not.
She's hardly ever funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But anyway, so she's done all these horrific things, right? She's had these conversations with these minors in these private group chats. How Adam McIntyre was treated and talked to by the community, and stuff, people within the community. All this stuff, horrible stuff. All these things are reasons why she definitely should suffer some loss of revenue and stuff to quote unquote be canceled, right? Whatever that is, right? Because I don't believe in cancellation. I don't believe that cancellation is a real thing unless you decide to just remove yourself from the equation. Then you cancel yourself. Otherwise, you keep making content or whatever. But she's definitely suffered some monetary loss over the last little bit because, people are not going to her shows now and things like that, right? Okay. So all these things, I think undeniably, unequivocally horrible, right? All these things are reasons. But that's not the deal. That's not the coup de grace. That is not the stake that we're going to use to stake this woman in the heart forever and bury her. No.
What is, Peepaw? How are we going to do it?
We're going to get into an argument. We're going to get into an argument over some face paint.
Oh yeah.
But you don't understand, Peepaw. It was green face. The most racist of faces.
And the thing about here's the deal, right? There was some content creators, one that I specifically saw, which was Petty Page, was, not only was she doubling, she was tripling and quadrupling down on how this was blackface.
Living up to her namesake, Petty Page.
And then when it all says, and here was the thing, right? There were actually some outlets, media outlets and stuff that was picking up at this stuff. But now they're all having to recant it because better pictures and stuff have came forward and actually out, because she wasn't saying it was green paint. She was adamant that it was blackface, that she was out there doing blackface because she was singing the Beyonce song, All the Single Ladies, right?
Right.
And that she was doing blackface. There was anyone who pushed back and said no, because she had done a scene from Wicked, and so there was some leftover paint from her doing the Wicked Witch from Wicked, and she's like, no, it's blackface, it's blackface. She was, I mean, I don't know how many downs she did, but I mean,
oh yeah, no, it was pretty.
Hey, Paul, I don't know how much of the Eugenia Cooney stuff do you remember, but do you remember when all the anti-Eugenia Cooney people were adamant that like she flashed the camera with like panties that matched her eye color? It reminded me of this bullshit.
Yes, it was along that same lines, yeah, and it got so contested, so whatever, that lawyers are now involved.
And with the Eugenia Cooney thing?
No, with this Colleen Ballinger thing.
See, okay, okay. This is hard because like I kind of feel as though it's like an eye of the beholder type situation, because there are other questions that rise up after you learn that it is green face paint. Because like as you were saying, the green face paint is a thing because apparently earlier on in her act, she was doing Wicked. And so she was doing the Wicked Witch of the West, and that's why she had the green face paint on. It was very slapdash because that's kind of like the bit, is that character sucks at doing everything.
Sure.
And so it's like, just like just smearing it on there really quickly and just singing the song really terribly.
I can just use that excuse. Guys, it's my character that I suck.
No, well, yes, you can, but for her, it's like legitimately like I'll listen, Colleen, I don't know what her last name is, but Colleen, like give her all of the hate in the world for everything that she's done that's bad, but she is talented. Like I've seen some stuff by her that's like pretty freaking amazing. She did a cover of a song from Phantom of the Opera. It's the think of me often, like that whole thing. It was fucking incredible. And she did this bit where she had a sword go in and out of her throat, kind of a thing. Like it was like blocking off her airway. And when she was like not blocked off, she was like singing like Miranda sings, but then she took it out and then she was like singing like beautifully, like an opera singer, like a full blown, like somebody who's actually been trained. And so I have a lot of respect for her talent. So that being said, I just want to make the point on this that I think is interesting. Look, she could have, even in character, she could have wiped the green stuff off of her face before she went and did that Beyonce bit. Yeah. I want to know, and I think that it would be pertinent information for this allegation to know what the order of the event was. Like, was it the case that she did the Wicked stuff immediately before doing the Beyonce thing? Because if she did that and then went into the Beyonce bit, I believe, like immediately afterwards, I believe you could make the argument that the blackface was actually a part of the bit and therefore would be decent criticism towards Colleen. And if it wasn't, then probably not. It was probably just supposed to be a bit in general that she's so stupid that she never like wiped off the green shit off of her face. Do you understand where I'm coming from? With that?
Yeah. 100%. Also too, though, I saw a lot of people being like, well, even if it isn't green face, she's still racist for XYZ. Like, apparently she's made like slight Mexican jokes in the past, and that makes her racist.
Okay, hang on. Here's the thing. For argument's sake, she's the most racist person walking the planet Earth. I mean, she's right up there with the leader of the Ku Klux Klan, whatever. I don't. That's to me is not the argument. Okay, that's not the argument. The argument to me is this is the stake we're going to use. Like the other stuff wasn't bad enough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But because she may
participated to minors.
Yeah, she may or may not have done these things with the face paint, whatever. I don't give a shit. I honestly, here's the thing. Okay, let me just break it down as I see it. Is this Okay, first of all, for clarity, because this is the internet and people have to have everything broke down into and pureed into baby food because we
Simplest parts.
We
Yeah,
can't.
exactly.
Okay, first and foremost, racism bad. Okay, we'll repeat that. Racism bad, but
racism is bad.
But racism, when you hold up a thing to race, to me, holding racism up into comparison to the alleged quote grooming allegations and some of the text messages and chat messages stuff that I've seen, to me, that is a whole lot more long-term harmful than the potential of some racial comments.
Yeah, well, it's racist jokes.
Yeah.
Versus legitimately grooming people, allegedly, so allegedly, but like grooming, let's. It's like let's all be serious here, because it's like you said before, and I think this is kind of the sentiment that was growing out of that when this became a thing on Twitter, was we don't need to get her on any of the racism stuff. That doesn't matter as much as the main allegations. Like, us bringing up the racism thing is actually degrading her sentence. It's making it so that it looks like she's done like things that, like, it's just like, now it's like, why are we all moral virtue signaling, banging pots and pans? If we want to attack her, you can just attack her on the facts of the kids thing, because that's bad enough.
This is the thing. Kids reach down her pants. Oh no, I think that might be slightly worse than the racism.
You think?
Yeah. Now, if she was wearing blackface while they did that, now we've got a conversation.
That's comedy gold. That's comedy gold.
Here's the thing about it. Again, full transparency here. Racism, bad. Right?
Yeah. I guess.
But exactly, Nerdy brought up the bringing kids up on the stage and having them reach down in her pants to get Cheetos. Having these conversations with these minors. I want to re-clarify this.
Flaming hot Cheetos.
I hope they were and burned her coochie.
Exactly.
Having these types of conversations that she had with these minors about their menstrual cycles and about their favorite sex positions and their sexual activities as a whole, right? What I don't understand, and this is what really baffles my brain. What possesses any adult to think that those types of conversations are appropriate at any given time? Now, a parent having the quote sex talk with their teenage child, all right, fine. You got to talk about that shit. All right. But if you're just some, and this is what's worse, this person was a quote celebrity, and they're having this conversation with their fans.
Okay. Can you remind me, when was this? Like, when did she? Not that it matters, of course. I'm not trying to make any arguments. I'm just trying to understand. When do you know when this was?
When was what, Max?
Like, when was her talking to the fans?
This was okay. So all right. So Adam McIntyre, he was like, I think 13 or 14 years old when all this started. And he's now like 21 or 22. So we're talking. So we're talking
like
about what?
Years ago.
Yeah. And this was ongoing. And from my understanding, up until recently, that group, whatever, was still active. She just left it. She just left it like maybe a week and a half ago. Right.
So this was 2005. Am I doing my math right?
Probably. Let's see.
Well, no, Adam's 20 now, and like he started getting to like the fan base and stuff when he was like 9, and then like in like around 11, I believe, is when he got into the group chats, and then 13, 14 is when he started like interning for her.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's be charitable though and say that it's like 13, 14, is when he started, because like there might have been some stuff before then, but like I don't know. I'm just saying that, like, here's the thing, right? We can look at YouTube celebrities like they are mainline celebrities, like Hollywood celebrities now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we could necessarily back then. And I would also say that I'm willing to give some amount of I don't know, like I'm willing to have sympathetic thoughts to what she's talking about, in the sense that there wasn't really like a code of conduct for online stuff at that point, I feel.
Well,
sure, there was what's appropriate in society, of course, you know, and she probably went outside those bounds. But just in terms of like being in like more of like the edgy sort of like YouTuber person, you know what I mean? It's like the way that you interact with your fans. I don't know. It's like I came from like the Newgrounds communities where people were fucking strange like that all the time, and most of us were probably minors anyway. So I don't know.
What I'll say is this: my personal philosophy has always been this. You know, you have your Hollywood celebrities and stuff, right? Which is probably the closest we can equate some of these YouTube quote celebrities to, right? They're both entertainers. They're, you know, they make their videos and things like that. But I've always maintained that people look at these YouTube celebrities like they're like the neighbor down the street, right? Because they're watching the YouTube videos. You know, especially if they're making content, like if they're like a quote vlogger everyday type content. And so it's always seemed like it's more that they're closer to, you know, that there's this lesser degree of separation. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, in her ukulele video, I will give her at least a little bit of charity. I think she said she was just trying to be everyone's like cool aunt, which I mean, you could kind of get from the messages, like that's like kind of how she acts. But it's like also too, this is a woman who's in her mid to early 30s while this is all going on. I feel like at that point in your life, you should know how to appropriately act around children.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And that's what I'm saying, is that like, this is hard because I agree that she did wrong. I'm willing to give her a little bit of an out, just in the sense that, again, I think that the internet is kind of like at certain stages of the internet and internet celebrity dumb, you know, being that it was so new when she kind of started into it. Yeah. I'm willing to give it a little bit to her, but there are obvious lines where it's like, hey, if you know that you're talking to a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, like, you should probably have enough wherewithal about you to not engage in like overtly sexual conversations.
Well, okay, so let's go back. Let's dial back the history dial here a little bit, if we would, right? Now, guys, if we go back into internet history here, right? There's always been an outrage anytime a quote adult YouTuber has acted or perceived to have acted inappropriately with minors. There's always. Go back and look at probably one of the more famous ones, Lion Maker. Right?
Or I think a more similar case, not quite, but like a similar enough case to Colleen right now would be, if anyone remembers him, Romeo Lacoste.
Yes.
Because he was in his fans group chats.
Yes, and he was the tattoo artist out there that Keemstar actually wound up getting his play button because of the lawsuit, right? And is that not the same dude?
Keemstar got the play button because he tried to sue Keemstar for having him on to interview.
Yeah, and then want him to take it down because the guy's an idiot. Roman Lacoste, let me clarify, not Keemstar. But and even in a situation where, quote unquote, that was blown way out of proportions to I always felt like to a large degree, was the Basherverse situation, right? There was a guy who was literally ran off the internet, right? That's going back into some deep lore there.
That's some.
And by the way, rest in peace. You know, Basherverse passed away during COVID. So
did he
rest
really?
In peace to the Predator.
Did he really?
Yeah, he succumbed to COVID back during the pandemic, and he passed away.
I always, to be honest, I know that it would be like a whole thing to get into that, but I always thought that guy was like he had some obvious mental problems. Like that guy was
100%.
Oh, for sure.
very much disturbed.
And
Very much disturbed.
The situation that he was involved in was blown way out of proportions.
Oh, absolutely. But like he did it. He 100% did it to himself.
Who do you think is more mentally ill, him or Sky Does Minecraft?
Who did? Sorry, what's the question?
Who do you think is more mentally ill, him or Sky Does Minecraft?
Probably Basher.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so.
Yeah, because he was just the things he was doing at the times, the things that he was saying. Is just like it was all. I mean, on some level, it was a cry for help. And then it passed that bridge where it just went way too far, and it was like.
I remember he tried to save his career by doing a reaction to his like meltdown video, and he was like making fun of himself.
No, it was really bad. It was, and I can't think of like an earlier example of like something like that where it's like the guy has like a very serious big allegation like that, and the guy just kind of took it, like at first tried to like joke about it. You know, it just. Yeah.
All right. I just kind of want to recap a little bit, and then I want to move on because I really hadn't I hadn't planned to talk about it, but whatever. That's fine. I mean, the conversation goes where it goes a lot of times. Right?
Colleen thing.
Yeah. But here's the bottom line, right? Again, clarification, so I don't hopefully get clipped out of context here. Racism, bad. But.
However,
I'm going to clip this out of context.
I don't give a shit. But the woman has done enough horrific things to be beat about the ears, and for people all of a sudden to really just start getting riled up because of some off-colored jokes that were allegedly said during production of her Netflix series. And the allegedly possible face paint gate, whatever the hell you want to call that thing, and people tripling down to where lawyers are now actually involved. I'll just say this. Some of these people, I don't know if, because Colleen probably was wanting this stuff to die down as quickly as possible. So I don't know if she would actually enter into litigation, but some of these people who were out here, quadrupling down on it being blackface and stuff to the point where the lawyers had to get involved. I don't know if I would want to be in your shoes right now.
I think the only one safe would be Petty Page, and that's just because she's across the pond.
You think that she's safe because she's across the pond?
I think that might be worse for her.
I mean, do you think Colleen would waste resources?
100%.
100%.
Because she has it. She can.
She has it. That's the thing.
She has like real damages to claim.
Exactly.
So that's the thing, is like for a defamation case, that'd be.
Oh, and if they go by UK law, Petty Page would be screwed because
that's what I'm saying is they'd have to file. Yeah, they'd have to file over there, and she could. I guarantee you, she could, because whatever she's a part of is probably an international thing.
Yep.
So.
And the thing was listen, media outlets picked up what Paige was saying and ran with it.
But here's my thing. Again, I think that it would be interesting to see how that plays out. And if I were advising Petty Page, I'm not saying this for content. I'm saying this legitimately. This is my real opinion.
Yeah.
I would advise her to go for it. I would say, like, if she ends up trying to sue you, take the suit. Yeah. Because there's several things about that would be interesting to find out that you would learn through discovery. Yeah. One of which is the point that I made before of whether or not, like what the order of the actual scenes were, you know? Because if it was the case, again, that like like she put on the green face makeup for one act before that and then did that act, I think it's more than fair, like criticism for you to say that looks like blackface, you know? And so I don't know what it's like over in the UK. I don't know what UK law would be like, but I at least know that in the United States, you'd have a fighting chance of that because we have the First Amendment. You can say things about people. You making an observation and honestly, news, like there's a big difference between Petty Page saying something on Twitter and a news publication like taking that and running with it as fact. There is a big difference to me.
I don't know.
It's a different thing.
I understand it's a big difference to you, but what I will say is, if I learned anything from the whole Johnny Depp, if I could go there for a minute, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, is because that whole thing was about slander and libelous, right? Defamation. So, if she can prove that these things were said, right?
With malice.
Well, I think there's
That's
definitely
the standard,
some.
though. It has to be with malice, with intention to do that.
I'm pretty sure these tweets could show on Petty Page's Twitter feed there was malice there.
Especially. If I could see Colleen's lawyers twisting it especially with the Adam McIntyre stuff, because Paige has been outwardly supportive of Adam. Yeah. So obviously I'm not sure about a legal sense, right? But I can totally see Colleen's lawyers arguing that given the previous support of people calling out Colleen, that this was done with malicious intent.
Now, for the record. None of us are lawyers. None of us have attended law school. We're just
I'm a lawyer in YouTubeology.
Are you? Okay. Yeah. So this is all just kind of speculation.
My last name is Goldstein, if you guys didn't know.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay. All right.
But anyway, but like I said, I just found that really interesting that was the stake that we were going to use to try to slay the horrible person with. And
one last thing, do we know if Petty Page has been served or anything? Has she got
this just happened. I mean,
because this is the other thing too, is that if Petty Page, if she gets a letter in the mail and then she deletes that tweet, I think technically she's free and clear. Technically,
I think it's they give her a notice to delete it, or legal proceedings would happen. We'll just have to see what goes on.
We'll
she would have to delete a couple of tweets. She probably had to clean her entire timeline.
There's a whole thread. There's a whole thread of tweets. Let me just say that. So, anyway.
Anything that she says,
yeah. So, anyway, so I'm gonna move along. You guys are welcome to hang out if you want to.
No, I was here exclusively for the Petty Page Miranda Sings drama.
Sure you are. But anyway.
Everybody in chat, make sure you're liking the stream. By the way,
yeah.
See a bunch of you people. We gotta get the likes up.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Like I said, you guys can hang out if you want to. If you want to cut out, that's fine too. But I'm going to go on with my show. So
do it.
All right. Here we go. So first and foremost, guys, remember, coffee is the liquid love for your brain. And if you haven't had your coffee this morning, what are you even doing? All right. So,
I'm drinking an Alani.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
It's like a energy drink sports nuts use.
Yeah, I'm drinking Kahlua.
I like a little Kahlua in my coffee sometimes. I'm not even going to lie. It's good stuff.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Okay, now you got the Beach Boy song stuck in my head. Thanks, D-Max.
You're welcome.
I hope you burn.
So in other good news, Shane Dawson and Rylan Adams, the couple, they're married, revealed that they're pregnant with twins.
Question.
Who do you think the baby mama is?
So here's what I find interesting about this whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that we have to have the notes underneath here for context that neither Shane or Rylan are actually pregnant themselves.
I kind of think
it's 2023. A man can get pregnant if he wants to. Okay, you bigot.
Yeah, so they got to clarify. This is a misleading title.
Turns out Shane was trans the entire time.
So here's what I'll say. Dextro, their wording here could have been better. Mm-hmm. I think something along the lines of Shane Dawson and Rylan Adams are expecting, twins through surrogacy or something like that.
Sorry, I just realized these people are having children?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I went straight to the funny thing of them both being pregnant and ha ha ha, that's impossible. But then I thought about it, and whoa, God, no.
Why? Because so why are you?
Because he was creepy to a 12-year-old once.
It's Shane Dawson.
Yes, I think as long as they don't have like kittens, they're probably okay, right?
Hey, at least with Shane, this baby will learn how to properly do blackface. Okay, if Colleen was this kid's mom, don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I know. Shane Dawson is very, very problematic, and but
that's well, I wish them the best.
That's all you could do, right? I mean, is wish them the best. Hope.
Does the article say, or it's not an article? It's just like a headline.
Well,
right?
No. We got an article here too,
okay.
so we can go into this if you.
They have a crappy
curious
format for their articles.
They're expecting 2 boys via surrogate. They shared their names and due dates in a sweet new video documenting their journey to parenthood.
I'm sorry, but that sounds bad.
Like, do they have a surrogate?
No. That they're getting 2 boys. Like, I don't like it.
Oh, come on now.
If they ever divorce, one for each.
Listen, I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm not accusing them of anything. I'm not saying they're going to do anything. I'm just saying that I don't know. Something about it gives me the heebie-jeebies, is all I'm saying.
I hope the surrogate mother ends up wanting to keep the babies and they have to go for like a whole lawsuit. That'd be entertaining.
With kids being involved, my heart, I can't do it.
You're such a bleeding heart liberal, aren't you?
I'm a bleeding heart in general, sure.
So here's what I will say about this whole deal is I know that Shane, I don't know as much about Rylan, but I do know Shane and his history, and he's problematic and so on and so forth. Yeah, right. Sometimes parenthood can be the kick in the pants to kind of get you to go to that next level, right? To mature and be the adult that you're supposed to be, right? It is my hopes that this brings a new level of maturity for Shane. One of the things that I desperately hope is that they do not do, when I say they, I'm talking about Shane and Rylan, is they do not use these little boys, these children, as, what is it you call them, purse puppies? I hope they don't use them as a
that's what I'm worried about.
A character on their YouTube videos.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Well, does Shane even make YouTube videos anymore? I think he just edits stuff now.
No. He actually, he still does his little vlogs and things. He
still does vlogs?
Yeah, he just put out a video not too long ago. Yeah.
Oh, is this like where the screenshots are from? This isn't them just like taking pictures to celebrate?
No, they actually put a video out about the announcement of birth of their.
Oh, okay. Because the last time I ever heard anyone talk about Shane Dawson, it was he's now editing videos for his friends, but he's not doing YouTube.
Well, matter of fact, I can come over here to YouTube.
He's always done the vlog thing anyway, right? So it's like, is that it?
Oh,
did
yeah,
he just,
on
stop that
his
down
main
for a
channel.
while and
he has a video from a month ago. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so he is back.
He just did a thing here. Let's see, where was it? It's in my feed because I used to really like watching Shane Dawson back in the day because that whole thing. And reason, here we go.
Moved. Is that it?
Here we go. Shane. This was 2 days ago. It's Shane Dawson. Shane. It's his second channel. It's Shane 2. It's got 2.8 million. Let me bring it up here so people can see it. It's got 2.8 million subscribers. But you can see here if I go to videos. He's been putting stuff out like 2 days ago, 9 days ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. He's still been making content stuff from the second channel.
Yeah.
And the thing of it, like I said, is I got to watching Shane Dawson back when he was doing the whole makeup thing with Jeffree Star, that palette thing, conspiracy palette. I found that interesting. I found it so intriguing watching that whole process and stuff. And that's where, and then I subsequently found out that Shane was really a very controversial person.
I don't know. I think Jeffree Star is worse. I'm just saying. I think Jeffree Star is worse.
I won't argue with you. I will not argue with you. You're probably right. But what I will say is that I hope that both Shane and Ryland, I hope this is a positive force in their lives, and I hope that this is a positive change. And I hope
everything's all right. I hope they're being respectful, and I hope they're responsible. Yeah. But it's just hard for me to believe.
Yeah. And like not use their kids in vlogs.
Oh, you're doing great.
I just feel like this is going to be. Remember, not to bring this up, but like remember there was that whole tipster thing with the woman who got her kid to come over and say the N-word or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
that was my favorite tipster moment.
So like I kind of feel like it's going to be. Like I mark my words. I'm looking into the future, and I feel like something like that. It's not going to be that exactly, but it'll be something like that.
Shay brings his 2-year-old, or okay, say to the black kid.
Yeah, exactly. Say the F slur now. It's I could see it happening. I could see it.
It's okay, Daddy gives you the pass.
So I got a donation from JFA. Said Shane Dawson is a weirdo that never took accountability for the remarks he made on Jada Pinkett Smith. My heart goes out to those twins. Yeah. But like I said, I'm optimistic, hopefully.
We'll see.
So we talked about this before I went on vacation. Ice Poseidon. Yeah. He's in Thailand.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And he did a little thing, and he was in a restaurant. And you can see here, he stripped down to some lingerie, did a little dance, made a little love.
Got down
tonight. Yeah. Anyway, the Thailand government said, yeah, we're not okay with this.
I looked into it. Apparently the law he broke was like relating to porn. Like technically they got him on like some type of porn law.
Yes. So he is currently facing 5 years in a Thai prison after obscene lap dance on Kickstream, right? So he put out a public message. This is a message that all we're missing here is a gray hoodie. That's really all we're missing.
Although I will say the fact that he made this, and I think the person he pissed off had connections.
Yeah, according to I watched a video by Mudahar, and the thing of it is and Mudahar is not really okay with this. He thinks this is kind of some extreme laws.
Oh yeah,
this is
stupid.
Well, here's what I'll say. When we look at it, when we look at the Western world, right? When we look out at some of these other countries, we're like, holy, this is insane. This is stupid. This is whatever, right? And okay, fine. According to the way we look at things, yes, it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, when you go to another country, you're a guest.
Yes, I agree. Actually, this ties into like a story that I saw the other day where it was a guy who went to the Coliseum and etched his name into the Coliseum.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Oh, that's stupid no matter where you're from.
Yes, no, but that's what it's the same thing.
It's the same thing though. It's
the same thing. Because you're not supposed to do, like, if you go to another place,
yes,
you should respect the customs and the cultures and the laws of whatever place you go to.
Yes.
It's the same thing as like the Olympic or the Olympians who went over and they got in trouble because they brought a vape pen. It's like that's the law, though. Like I can't have any sympathy when you broke the law in the place that you went to. If you want to stay here and vape all day, I don't care, Vape Nation. But like, it ain't that way over there. So. Yeah,
and let's also take into consideration too, right? This is it's ice. Ice is not exactly.
That doesn't mean he gets to be gang raped for 5 years.
Well, it kind of does. It kind of does. If you're going to go into a country that is very conservative in nature, right, and they have certain laws. And here's the thing about it, right? The owner of the establishment told him to stop. Now, Ice, being the genius that he is, basically ignored the woman and continued doing what he wanted to do because it was his bit and he thought it was funny.
I will say he definitely had the out there. He should have taken it. However, I think he was thinking with the mindset of like how it is in the U.S., where like you might get arrested, but you pay a fine and you're gonna be okay. I don't think he realized that the fact that he was basically in a North Korea light.
Yeah, he didn't understand. Yeah, if he was in like I'm trying to think, like Qatar or something like that, they would have fucking cut his hands off like immediately, like on the spot.
Oh, Saudi Arabia too. They would have cut his hands off.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like other places. It's like like he's lucky that he didn't try to pull this shit in some place that actually is a little bit more even draconian than this.
What I'm saying, well, I don't think he understood the severity of the situation he was getting himself
obviously
into.
not. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take you guys back in time because I don't think either one of you guys were probably born when this happened. So in 93, were you guys alive?
I was -1 years old. And
I was a twinkle in my father's eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was this young kid, teenager named Michael Fay. And Michael, I remember this was a big news, but this was really an international incident that occurred. So this teenage kid was doing some stupid ass stuff. He went around and he stole some road signs and he was accused of vandalizing some cars. Now, he swore up and down that he never touched any of the cars. He never vandalized any of the cars. He just stole some road signs. Typical teenager type nonsense that teenagers do. You go look at a lot of teenagers, especially in the early 90s, and even in the late 80s, you go into a teenager's room, they'd have the stop sign on the wall of the room hung up. Now, how did they get the stop sign? Well, they stole the damn thing. Okay, that's vandalism, that's theft, right? So this cat was found guilty of it, right? So what was his sentence? Well, his sentence was that he received a caning from let's see, where was it at? Singapore. Right. And so they took one of these canes, and he received, I think it was like six whacks on his ass for this, right? Now, you guys may be saying, well, what kind of a cane? Well, what it is they take slivers of bamboo and they would wrap it together tightly. And what would happen is it was used in martial arts and stuff. And what would happen is when you whack somebody with it, it actually will pinch and cut you, right? It's
I know what it is. Yeah. I've seen those before.
It's used in martial arts. Wrestlers used to use it, especially back in the early days of, back in the days of AEW. I think was it AEW?
No, ECW.
ECW?
Yeah, ECW. Yeah.
The Sandman. I think the Sandman that was the wrestler's name, but would carry these things around, carry them into the ring and stuff. And when you'd whack them, the canes would separate a little bit and then it pinch you away. So he got 6 whacks on the ass with this thing. He was, so another student who pled not guilty, he was sentenced to 8 months in prison. He got 12 strokes of the cane.
Jeez.
But anyway, this was a big thing, right? So the kid took his licks and stuff. And there's in this article, this Wikipedia here about it, whatever. It said like after the first 2, the kid was like basically on his knees crying, and the guards were, it's okay, you just got 4 more, and the dude was like, he thought his soul was literally leaving his body from these cane whacks on his ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think if Poseidon had the option of cane wax instead of 5 years, I think he'd take it.
As long as you could film it and put it out there for for content right on the streams. But anyway,
he just tells the guard like, "Hey, just hold the camera. It's gonna be gold."
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, he makes this apology. Anyway. Let's just listen to this shit.
I'm being held in Thailand for the actions that I've done a few nights ago at a hotel. in Bangkok, Thailand.
So, question: do you think there's like somebody? I mean, we know there's somebody holding a camera on him, but do you think there's like somebody with a gun on him too? Because it really feels like he's making this under duress.
It's his Thailand parole officer that's holding him.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been really funny if there is a gun off camera, but instead of this, he just went really, really YouTube with it, and he's just like, "Hey, everybody, please press like and favorite, share, and subscribe on the video, and while you're at it."
Remember, guys, if we get to 100,000 likes, you'll be able to support my court costs.
I'll be able to live, everybody. And hey, make sure that you write to your local embassy to try to get me the. I mean, don't do that. I'm fine. By the way, Thailand is a great place. Everybody should come and visit Bangkok.
Can you imagine, like, Joe Biden just be like, "So, come on, bro. I heard about this Ice Poseidon guy, and he said I could get a deal on some crypto." If I bail him out.
Listen.
Yeah, and then he fires Victor Shokin. Yeah.
The Biden administration has got their own problems with a little bit of sneef running around the White House, so I think he's got bigger fish to fry. But anyway, let's finish listening to this.
I wanted to make this video to apologize to Mrs. No Parat Oompa and the Bayan Tree Hotel in Bangkok for the actions that I've done. I did not know the severity of the actions that I've caused, and I was just trying to have.
I like the nod. No, go back like 5 seconds
look at that freeze frame. That short dude.
I know. No. Look at the short guy's expression, because I was looking at I was looking at Ice Poseidon's expressions, and he's got like the Buzz Lightyear face on, where the one eyebrow is like constantly raised, and I was like, that's funny. But then I went and looked at the guy, the dude in the blue shirt, and like his expressions are even more priceless.
Yeah. Also, look at the hat in the corner there. That's purposely done to like that because he's trying to make people think, oh, this is fascism.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think
this was filmed at the police station. I think this was like, you will apologize. Oh, hell yeah. 100%. That's what I'm saying.
This is part of his thing.
There's no doubt in my mind. They've got guns trained on him. They're ready to shoot him. I think there's no doubt in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
You committed the crime of lapdance, prepare to die.
Because I guarantee, like, one of the first things he said when he got arrested was probably like, I'm a YouTuber. Like, this is going to be a big deal. Like, kind of a thing. You don't want to fuck with me, kind of a thing. And they went, okay. We can use that, and that's probably exactly what they were like. They were like, okay, so we have a gun pointed at you off camera, and we're gonna point this camera at you, and you're gonna say that this place is great and that you fucked up. All right?
Yeah, I think also too they're using him as an example, so that way other IRL streamers don't do what he's.
Well, that's
doing.
what they do. That's what they do. That's how they treat like law enforcement in these places. It's like the whole thing. Like I know this is not something that they do there, but I'm just bringing it up as an example. Like the cutting your fucking hands off thing, that is like like they do that so that people will not fucking steal, because you walk around, you see somebody with their hands cut off and you go, holy shit. First of all, that person's a thief, so I don't need to interact with them. Second of all, I am not going to steal anything myself because I like my hands.
Yeah, it's called a deterrent, folks. That's what it's called. So watch this video. This was a POW who was captured during Vietnam, and the Vietnamese. I like that
we're comparing this guy to Ice Poseidon.
The Vietnamese, the Vietnamese, Viet Cong, were this guy was confessing to all these heinous crimes. But it was turned out that if you watch his eyes, he was actually using Morse code in his eyes to say, this is basically all bullshit. I'm being
this guy's so real for this. Like, I like, fuck the concentration you need.
Yeah. So watch this and tell me this is not the same kind of, it's not the same equation, but it's like if Ice Poseidon knew how to do Morse code, he would 100% be doing this. This is the analogy I'm drawing here.
I get adequate food and adequate clothing.
Let's see, watch his eyes.
And medical care I require.
Anyway, so this was a whole thing back in the day. I mean, kind of a history lesson, I guess.
That's crazy shit, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, this is Ice Poseidon. Watch his eyes. Is he doing Morse code, guys? We need to know here.
Of the actions that I've caused.
Yeah, he just said, the little dude sitting there just nodding. Yeah, he's like, yeah, because I don't know if he lives there or not. If this is like some dude he's just randomly
I think that's probably like the local who was like showing him places. Probably like his translator too. If I'm being honest, that's probably what the case is.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. But
this poor dude was just doing his job, and he just so happened to be paired up with an idiot streamer.
I didn't even realize
like his life's on the line.
Yeah, you're totally right. This is like Ice Poseidon's short round to his fucking Indiana Jones. Yeah, this is.
Oh, you mess up here. You mess up here, Ice Poseidon.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
And I was just trying
to watch those eyes. Those eyes are blinking pretty rapidly there. I think he's
have fun. I'm sorry. We were drunk. We were in a room. I just didn't understand the severity of what I'd done. I lap dancing on my girlfriend. And I'm sorry for that.
I'm sorry.
I did not.
I'm sorry.
I feel bad for that guy, but also he very much looks like an Oompa Loompa, and I'm not trying to like.
Whoa.
I'm just saying that he literally looks like the dudes from Willy Wonka. Like,
yeah,
I want to see him do a song now. Like,
he's like, Ice Poseidon, you have fucked up. I am now stuck here with your dumb schmuck.
It's just what happens when you break the law.
Exactly. We're gonna cut your hands off, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, since this was pornographic, are they going to cut his penis off? I wonder.
No,
they need to give him the Michael Jackson treatment and give him a chemical castration.
This is Bangkok. They're gonna cut his cock off and give it to his girlfriend.
Yes, exactly.
It is a souvenir for you.
Stop, John, please. This is Bangkok. That doesn't even. Don't.
I don't want to cause any negative actions towards anyone, but I didn't want to make the hotel look bad or anything, so I apologize.
We are apologize.
I hope for the speedy release of all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, on a serious note, though, after he posted bail, he was in his Discord, and he revealed that if he gets 5 years, he is logging off. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. He's not gonna vlog from jail.
No, yeah, he's logging off of Minecraft.
5 years in Bangkok jail sounds not too much fun. So no. I hope.
I mean,
that
it's probably not as extreme as like a Brazilian jail, but it's.
I don't know about that, honestly.
Doesn't sound cool. I mean,
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe you are right. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know. Jails in other places are.
Jesus, yeah. This guy here is making fucking headways again. Oh my! This is Mizzy.
Yeah, I never gotten a chance to comment on this dude, but he's such an idiot.
Oh, is this that one kid who's been going around fucking with shit and like?
Yeah, and then like every time he gets arrested, he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that again."
Wait. He's not in jail. He's not in jail after that shit he pulled on the train.
Because the UK laws are stupid against this kind of stuff. So like they'll jail someone over a year for something they said on Twitter, but you vandalize someone's home. Oh yeah, slap on the wrist. We'll let you go.
Wait, guys. Think about it for a second. Okay, maybe we're big fans of his, and maybe we want him to do a video in Bangkok.
Ooh, no. I saw Mudahar tweet about this last night, and I said if he was in Texas, he would have been shot by now.
Oh, yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying is go do your shit in Bangkok and see how well that goes for you.
Tell him that it's going to be like massive views.
Oh, yeah. It'll be the best views of your life. Go do this in Qatar.
So
do this in fucking Saudi Arabia.
So here's what I don't understand, because I've actually been following this asshat for a while, because this guy really got underneath my skin. I'll be honest with you. So, you know, he started out, he was doing things like he stole a woman's dog out of the park, just ran off with it. He did say he subsequently returned it. He was physically harassing, assaulting some Jewish people as they were leaving synagogue. Then, if that wasn't bad enough, then he started breaking into people's homes.
Do you remember, Peepaw, that story about that YouTube prankster who ended up messing with someone with mental illness at a mall and he got shot?
Yep, I covered that story back in the day too. Yeah.
I wouldn't exactly mind if this happened to this guy, except maybe he lost too much blood.
So when he broke into the homes and stuff, that's when the court, because this guy, if I remember the storyline here. This guy has had multiple run-ins with the UK law, police or what have you over there, ever since he was back in his early teens. So he has a very long history of doing this.
He's got a file at Scotland Yard.
Yeah,
wasn't he also the same person who broke into a subway train?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
whatever they call it over there.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
No,
that's one of the latest things that he did.
Almost caused millions of dollars of damages.
Yeah.
Again, slap on the wrist.
Yeah, slap on the wrist.
But
He's fine.
anyway, when he did all that stuff with the homes or whatever, he went before a judge over there. I think that's what they're called, or whatever. And he was found guilty of these things. The punishment was he had to pay a fine, and he is not supposed to be on social media doing anything for 2 years.
Okay.
Yet here he's still doing things, and they're doing nothing with him.
Do we know what the consequences are supposed to be for this?
I really don't know. This is UK. I don't know UK law.
They slap him on the wrist, but this time it's a little harder.
Well, it's weird territory for us even because there's no realm where a court would say you can't do social media. That would be impossible here. We wouldn't.
No, I mean, no. It's actually, especially if the crimes relate to on like internet. There are actually states where they will say, hey, you can't be on the internet while you're like on parole, for example.
I mean, I just assumed because of the First Amendment that would be like you wouldn't be able to do that. But
if you go back in the days, like if you were convicted of like cyber crimes and stuff, they actually, for part of your release from prison or whatever,
I guess you're
are not
right.
allowed to touch. Well, this guy's convicted.
Convicted. Okay.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Fair.
So,
but again, it's a UK court, so again, slap on the wrist.
Yep.
Ellis Assassin says there are no self-defense laws here in the UK. So if he ran into someone's home and the homeowner attacked him, they would go to prison.
That's
they would get a harsher sentence than he would.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the same country that wanted to jail a guy because he made his dog do a funny salute.
Yeah.
So anyway, this moron and his band of moronic friends go into this convenience store and they start doing this nonsense.
Reality is an illusion, bro. Bro, hey, what's all of this, boss? What's all of that, bro? Yo, what's all of that, bro? What's all of boss?
Now, this poor guy here, he's just working his job. This may even be his business that he's working at, right? Trying to make a living, trying to support him, trying to support his family, whatever, right? He's just some poor dude.
And I don't want to... does it look like he's Pakistani or like
what the fuck, John? Why does that matter?
No, because in the UK, like people from like the Middle East are like worsely treated, like they're horribly treated.
Yeah,
it's like I mean, it can be argued that their treatment was worse than black people's in the 60s in the US.
Okay.
There's some. So anyway, this guy just. Anyway.
Watch your shot, bro. It's an illusion, bro. It's an illusion.
All right, now so they're in there making a mess. If I'm not mistaken, and this guy's doing this, and that's like money, right? He's got like a stack of money, so he's showing, hey, I've got money and whatever, and it's just so. I'm sorry, this guy needs an ass beating.
I agree.
Yeah, and then, like, imagine how terrified the shop. I don't know if he's the shop owner, but anyway, the employee. Imagine how terrified he is because you got all these people surrounding you, and they start messing with your stuff. Like, you don't know what's going to happen next.
But here's the thing, right? And this guy has no recourse against the dude. He could call for law enforcement to come remove him, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, but that's going to take about 20 minutes.
But it's not like so in the meantime, this guy is destroying his store, right?
Yeah, and like the UK has
money. Yeah, it's money. So
yeah, the UK has very, very harsh gun laws. So like, I bet he doesn't have a single thing to defend himself with.
It's not even harsh gun laws. Like they can't, like you couldn't use a knife. You can't use a baseball bat. You can't use anything to defend yourself. You literally can't. They just have to sit there, let themselves be violated, and wait for the law enforcement to show up and possibly maybe do something. Not John made a comment if he was in Texas. I'm going to tell you this right here. I'm going to say probably
anywhere
in the U.S.
U.S. This guy would be just.
He would either be 6 feet under or behind bars.
He wouldn't last like 5 minutes in New York.
Yeah.
No, none of this stuff. No, because I can't, like, I'm speechless right now because I literally cannot, like, every time this guy comes up and I'm on the call with this, I go blank because I'm like, I just can't even, like, this is so counter to who I am as a person or what I would do.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, I can't even, because like it's so against like what my American sensibilities are that you would go into a store and you would do this and you wouldn't have any consequence. Like, it's not like I've never seen this before. I've seen people do this IRL, but usually it comes with like the cops coming in and putting them on the ground, getting them in handcuffs and taking them away. Or the shop owner literally getting up from behind the counter and beating the snot out of this dude. You know?
Oh yeah, have you ever seen those security cam footage videos of like someone trying to rob the store owner and then they just get their ass beaten? That's
hilarious. What I'm saying. It's like literally we had a dude who was getting held up at gunpoint in a vape shop like a year ago or something like that. And the motherfucker pulled out his knife, like his fucking what was it, Rambo knife, and just started like going to town on the guys, and the guy walked away.
Oh my god, I remember that too, because so many people were like, he shouldn't have done that. He should have just let him rob him.
Go fuck yourself. No, it's his store. He's trying to defend his property and his own life. As far as he knew, they had guns, they had fucking knives, and they were threatening him as such. So he had every right to be able to defend himself in that way. I'm a huge advocate for defending yourself. You know?
Yeah.
Grab that. Take that, bro. Hey, what? Outside. Reality.
All right, so at the end, it looks like he dropped the wad of cash in the dude's, like on the counter, whatever. So I guess that makes it okay. I guess that's whatever.
Not really.
I don't know. And here's the thing. So let me address something that was said in chat.
His face is even punchable too.
It says literally a bunch of Karens reacting to what is probably fake content created for views. Going to react to you guys. Stream soon. It will be fun, Tubby. So let me address that statement. It very well could be fake content. It very well could be staged. That's all very well possible. But what I'll say is the harm and danger on these type of quote content creation processes is that it inspires others to do worse. This guy is nothing more than a derivative of Bunk, right? If you don't remember that guy, go out there and look. Some of his videos and stuff are still up out there.
And to clarify, we're not talking about Bunk the leftist. We're talking about different Bunk.
Bunk. Yeah, it's Bunk Gang, the Bunk Gang guy. He did the same type stuff, the same type content here in the States. Until he wised up. And now he's, from what my understanding is he actually works a regular job now and he's trying to be a productive member of society.
I mean, I would just say that like fake things can have real consequences. Yeah. Just because you say something is fake doesn't mean that it's going to be like, it's just like, it never happened.
Well, even then, fake. Right? We have, there are so many examples of people who like, I'm not sure if they know that the pranks are fake, but like, or that like they just don't have the money to hire the fake actors. But like we've seen people try to attempt to do the pranks for real, and it usually ends up with them being dead or injured. Now, this isn't. I'll give what's his name, Mizzy, or no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the Twitter username.
Mizzy. No, that's his name, Mizzy. That's him, Mizzy the Menace.
Mizzy. Yeah. Let's give Mizzy the benefit of the doubt and say this is all fake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if someone from the UK sees this and attempts to do this for real? Now, obviously, like we've already stated, the self-defense laws in the UK are, let's be generous and say, laxing. But that doesn't mean no one's ever not going to attempt to fight back. What if someone seriously gets injured?
I'm sorry. I don't understand it. Is this so? Wait, is this fake or not?
Don't know.
No, that's what someone's claiming in chat. But like,
no, but what I'm saying is like there have been multiple situations with this one person, right? It's like, was the
where
train
he's
thing
been
fake?
arrested for real life.
No.
So yeah, so the train thing wasn't fake. So him breaking into the person's house and like harassing them out of nowhere, was that fake?
Nope, it was not.
Okay, how about him going and grabbing a dog and running off with it? Was somebody's dog? Was that fake?
He later said it was, but there is speculation that it was not. So
okay. So I mean, I just
again, I mean,
it's fake. It's fake in the sense that he wasn't actually. I guess he wasn't actually planning on stealing the dog, but he did actually take the dog.
Yeah. But again, this is what. Okay, this is him saying, "Oh no, that that they were in on it, whatever." But I'll just say, this person, I wouldn't trust anything that they said. So irrespective if it was potentially staged or not staged, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter because it's real. It's real. It doesn't matter.
If we are the Karens of commentary, I want to speak to your manager right now.
Anyway, so yeah, I hope that, I don't know, this guy just he just needs to go away. He's got to
stop.
Away.
He's got to stop. Someone's got to throw him in jail, lock him up.
Yeah. So just a couple more things, then I gotta wrap it up because in good news, my mother-in-law is doing a lot better, and so she is headed home today.
Oh, that's nice to hear. That's
yeah.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, Peepers. I know that you're kind of on a strict thing, but Victor was wanting to talk about Mizzy. So I mean, he just left the waiting room. Never mind.
Yeah. So
you've lost your opportunity.
I'm sorry, Victor. I'll bring you in, but I just got to be real quick because I'm on a kind of a tight schedule here. But what's your thoughts, sir, Victor?
He's a sociopath and he's escalating.
I think that's a fair assessment. So.
Yeah.
If you, this is just my thought, but if you watch Mizzy when he's doing this shit, his whole thing about, I'm trying to teach you a lesson about UK laws and shit, that is a cover.
Sure.
He takes real joyful. Now this corner store convenience thing, it could be a setup. It could be bullshit. It could be, he could have paid the guy. He makes good money doing this crap because there's a lot of people that watch him and he gets money off of it. So maybe he did pay the guy, hey, I'm going to throw some things around and then I'll drop this wad of cash and you can have that and whatever. But the train stuff, the other stuff, man, him walking up to women in the middle of the night and asking them, are you ready to die? Or do you want to die? Or whatever. Just to random women. Like, bro, like, if he's just some dumbass kid who's like setting this all up and he talks to these people beforehand, he's still stupid as hell because. But
Victor, it's just a troll. He's just trolling. He's IRL trolling.
Yeah,
it's the goofs.
Yeah,
it's the funniest.
There's a lot better ways to show that the UK laws are bullshit than doing things like this. Nobody's going to be on your side when you act this way, even if they're YouTube pranks. And I think a lot of that is like, if you saw that Piers Morgan interview, like he looked genuinely offended. Or no, it wasn't Piers Morgan. It was somebody else. It was another UK person who he mad dogged the girl that was sitting right next to him. And that host got pissed off and tore into him. And you could tell that Mizzy was literally offended by the fact that he was getting yelled at, and he got up and he walked off.
Yeah.
So take everything with a grain of salt. Maybe it's all bullshit. Like, Hugen decided to jump in and say, I don't know why he's fucking stirring trouble, but it's
Hugen. I mean,
it's no, I mean, it's no trouble. It's a speculation. It's a speculative point. I mean, it's a fair thing to say. It's a little bit annoying just because it's obviously not.
Well, coming in here and going, but him coming in here and going, oh, you all fell for it. I'm going to react to it, Tubby. Fucking idiot.
Fell for what? I don't even know what we fell for.
That's just
He's trying to say we fell for. He's trying to say that we fell for the Mizzy doing his fake shit. We're all somehow stupid because we're commenting on things that are happening on the internet, thinking that they're real.
Let me tell you something.
He doesn't know either fucking way. He's a moron.
So let me tell you about Hugen, right? Hugen is this little boy who is clamoring for attention because he didn't get enough growing up from his mommy and daddy. And so he just wants to be accepted. He wants to sit at the big cool kids table, and he thinks that being an annoying and saying shit, that's how he gets it. But it's not.
sorry.
He's just being a contrarian because if you're a contrarian to a popular
you're trying
debate,
to be a shit stirrer for fucking content, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome,
Yeah.
have fun, Eugen.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know, man. Like, it's very easy to like to fall for shit like that on the internet, but it's also very easy like to know that there's a possibility some of that could be real because like motherfucker. I don't think the other guy who got shot in the stomach in the mall for trying to hold that dude up with a prank. Yeah. I don't think that was part of the act. So
well, that's what I mentioned earlier. Like these pranks could be faked, right? And a lot of like the more popular ones were like FouseyTube and like his whole crowd, right?
Yeah.
But there are people who don't have the resources to fake them, so they try to attempt to do them for real, and they usually end up getting themselves or someone else hurt or killed.
Yeah.
Like the most famous one I can think of was like two actually was the guy who tried to break into a home as a prank and then he got shot. And then there was a couple. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not necessarily a prank, but it was like a challenge thing. They fought a phone book could like stop a Desert Eagle bullet. Do you guys remember that one? And like
they lost
dude
that
died on the spot.
Yeah, right. Eesh.
But it's like I know some pranksters and like on the spot, like fucking, I don't know, method actors, whatever. Like Frank Hassel. I'm pretty fucking sure Frank Hassel shit is legit. Like I'm pretty sure he goes in the stores and he harasses people.
Oh yeah, but like Frank does it in a way where it's like he's not like, yeah, like Frank.
But I could already tell you, this is why I believe that some of what Mizzy does is real. Because there's no way Mizzy convinced somebody to let him go to the front of a fucking train and mess with the buttons.
No, yeah,
there's no
it's
way.
Real, guys.
He took that
like this guy is actually an
But
asshole.
also, I could believe that he could set up a fucking the corner store shit. So, but even if that's the case, he still got in trouble for the fucking training.
Why do
be on the internet?
Here would be my question then: is why do we have to give him that benefit?
It's not necessarily that I'm giving him a benefit.
I know
the fact that
I'm saying rhetorically, not even you, just in general.
I mean, no, sure, absolutely. Like a pattern of behavior and everything could point to it being real, sure. But with the internet, man, you always got to take everything with a grain of salt until it's blatantly obvious that it is legit. Like again, fucking. I think him walking up to women in the middle of the night to get like an organic reaction to him saying, "Are you ready to die or do you want to die?" or whatever the fuck he said to them, like in that creepy way. That woman, I'm pretty fucking sure that was real. I don't know. He could have told her, "Hey, I'm going to bring your dog right back. I promise I'll give you some money," or whatever. That's always possible. The corner store that you guys just showed, that could be real, but I don't think or that could be fake. I don't think that train is fucking fake. That train, there's no way that train is fake. No fucking conductor worth your shit unless you paid him like $100,000 or something, and the conductor was like, "Fuck, I don't care about this job anymore." Like, sure, that's always a situation.
The easiest way to tell it wasn't fake was because he got arrested. That's
yeah. Well, even if it was fake, he probably still would have got arrested. Just the conductor would have gotten just some shit about it too, and we wouldn't have just known about it because it was Mizzy and he was popular. But Occam's razor basically states that most of those are fucking real.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So in closing, I hate that fucking cunt with every single goddamn fiber of my being, and I hope he gets what's coming.
Oh, he used my favorite word.
That kid is a piece of shit. I think he takes a specific type of fucking glee off of doing this. I don't think it's about getting famous or getting money. I think it's about inflicting suffering. You just look at his face when he's doing this shit, man.
Well, you gotta give him credit for the passion.
Or a psychopath. I think
you gotta give him credit for the passion.
Or psychopathic, and he's fucking escalating. He's
sellouts like FouseyTube, they did it for the money. He's doing it for the passion. You gotta respect that.
Yeah, the passion of being the next fucking Dexter by the time he's done. His last prank is he's going to have somebody on a fucking table wrapped in plastic. There you go.
Harrow's Barkley says, I'd pepper spray him faster than Chris Chan in a GameStop.
You can't even do that in the UK, man.
That's going to get you arrested.
That's the thing. UK's laws are never going to change. If you think, like you guys were talking earlier about, what were you guys talking about laws about guns and shit?
Well, we were just saying
like
that
some people were talking about places in America or whatever where you can't even fucking have a gun and stuff like that, right? Like New York and shit.
Well, you can't. Yeah, it's like you
or you
well,
can,
it's like
but like
self-defense laws.
it's like that fucking guy in the bodega who the dude came in and was trying to beat him up, and he shot that guy, and he almost went to jail for it until everybody in the fucking world started screaming at the mayor, and they finally dropped the charges. The UK was one of the first people to start doing their restrictive, like anti-gun, pro-criminal, in my opinion, pro-criminal, anti-freedom type laws. Mm-hmm. Like, not to get too political, but the UK was the first one to do that, and they've been doing it for fucking ever. None of that is ever going to change, no matter what Mizzy does. But so more than likely, until somebody gets fucking killed or seriously hurt in one of his pranks, Mizzy's going to get away with his bullshit, and we're going to have to keep fucking watching this idiot like act like a clown on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. I think to tie this up, I guess it's just that like it's just incredible. It's crazy the types of things that this guy is doing. You're right, he's escalating. And it'll be curious to see how it kind of, where it goes to, because if he escalates and there's never a pop off of like something bad happening to this kid, I mean, it's going to get to a really wild point. And what happens?
It's not just that bothers.
You know what I see? Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah,
I was making the joke before about talking about him, going to Thailand, to Bangkok, right? But like, I mean, this is the trajectory of everybody online, is when you do this type of viral vlog thing, it doesn't even matter if it's like fake pranks or whatever. Eventually, you're going to travel out to someplace else. So this will be very interesting to see what happens when he does venture out and start to do other things, other places.
Probably film an apology video like Ice did.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, the thing I worry about, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there, but the thing I worry about is not necessarily Mizzy himself, but it's all the people that are going to see him get rich, and all of the kids that are going to decide, hey, doing these types of pranks is going to make me a lot of money, or it's going to get me popular and shit. And then somebody is going to get fucking killed because they're going to screw around the wrong way, or somebody's going to take it too fucking far because they're trying to be just like Mizzy. I worry more about the example and the line of fucking kids behind him, like young adults and teenagers who decide, hey, this is how I can get popular on TikTok. It's like
I'll say two words to you.
One person does it, everybody starts
I'll say two words to you, though, Victor. Natural selection.
Yeah, right. Also, real quick about Ice Poseidon. What is it with this fucking dude? Why can't he just go to Thailand and lock himself in a hotel with like a couple of ladyboys like all the other fucking tourists do?
Well, he can't
I don't know.
He's gonna go the complete opposite direction and get himself fucking jailed. Like,
yeah, I mean
that poor Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, for real. I feel bad. Yeah, it's another type of situation where it's just like, why are you bothering other people with your shit?
I'm just trying to do my fucking job, man. This bonehead got me arrested.
He probably wasn't even in the room, or either that, or if he was in the room, he was probably pissed off because he's getting cucked. He's like getting cucked to like him and his girlfriend, and he's just sitting there and he's going like, I just got hired as a translator, and this is terrible.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He looks at Ice Poseidon. He's like, you just made me Adam 22. Why did you do that to me?
Exactly. He's like,
I wouldn't be surprised if Ice Poseidon dropped his name to the fucking police. Like, oh, he's my translator. He's been going to the police have been like, oh yeah, you come with us. You're fucking responsible for this idiot.
Yeah.
Either that, or maybe he was just sitting there just to.
But anyways, people, I'll let you get back to what you were doing. I didn't mean to derail.
Oh, it's all right,
I
Victor,
just wanted
man.
to comment on fucking idiot Mizzy and everything. So.
All right, brother. Well, have a great day, man.
All right,
See
welcome
Victor.
back, man. By the way, I hope you had a good tan and everything for your vacation.
Okay.
See you later, bud.
Thanks, buddy. Oh gosh. I'm really up against the wire here. So anyway, real quick. This is some, I guess, friends and family. Don't know the full dynamic here, but they're just, it's 4th of July. They're doing having a little barbecue, having a little get together.
Like you do.
Like you do. I fast forward through quite a bit of this because a lot of it's just them talking and what have you. And then this happens.
Like meaning, I ain't trying to feel you. I'm just celebrating because it's tacky and snooting for the fall. Cause they ain't never had nothing like this before. I'm trying to show them something. Right. They ain't never had nothing like this before. You know what though? They'll get a damn extra when you keep running your mouth, cause you won't be able to get down. So you trying to fit.
What the fuck? What happened?
So one of these kids,
firecrackers.
You didn't, because I had to fast forward because it's so. There were some kids off to the side that were just playing with, and they had some firecrackers, and they just lit the firecrackers, and these adults just.
they all. I mean, hey, good reaction times on everybody. Everybody went straight for the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy in the orange shirt that's behind the truck is probably dead, but you know.
But you know, the thing of it is, I'm sitting there and I watched this. I watched this several times and was watching each person different reaction, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Watch. Okay, so watch this guy right here in the striped shirt. This just decide. Watch what he does.
He fell on the ground.
But he saved it. But he saved it with like that military roll. That was epic.
Yeah, and you see these kids. These kids off the sidewalk. How many? Let's just talk for a second. How bad of ass beating did them kids get? But the dust settled.
Oh my lord! They got the belt. They got the shoe.
Oh no!
They might have even gotten the tree stick. If you guys are familiar with that kind of punishment.
Yeah, exactly. It was all that, and then they didn't get to eat afterwards. They didn't get the barbecue.
Yeah, they didn't get no hot dogs or hamburgers.
No. And if they did get to eat, they didn't get any of the dessert. They didn't get the watermelon.
Stop
they
it!
They probably didn't get their
nerdy.
Why are you doing that?
Wait! I wasn't even trying to be racist there. What? Do you guys not serve watermelon during the 4th?
Speaking of racist, hey JFA.
I don't like watermelon, so
that's what my family does.
Okay, what's up, JFA?
Not much. I wanted to stop by and welcome my dad back from vacation. You had every opportunity to come visit me and your grandchildren, but
another illegitimate child, Peepaw? How many do you have at this point?
What do you want me to say, man? My boys are potent. When they start swimming, they just go everywhere.
Do they hang down low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow?
Yes, I can.
Well, now you can.
Yes,
Peepaw's got that W Riz.
Yeah, I don't know all that.
Oh, that D-Max. Him and that motor mouth of his, he just keeps on going and going. Did you know I had to wait like 30 minutes to get pulled into call, and Victor Burns was way out, but D-Max had to keep on going. It's like the Energizer Buzz.
That's true. I can't stop talking. It's a problem that I have. JFA. It's an insecurity that I have. So congratulations, you make me feel bad.
If it's any consolation, JFA, I only left my house once, and that was to go to the movies, and
what'd you see?
We went and saw the Indiana Jones movie.
Oh right,
how was that?
You talked about that.
You may as well stay at home.
Yeah, pretty much.
For real, right?
So here's the deal. I love the character Indiana Jones. I love the old serial style that Indiana Jones always was, right? And this movie is a return to that. It's a throwback to the old, like Indiana Jones 1, 2, and 3. The 4th one is but anyway, this one it was a throwback to that.
They got you good.
What I'll say is there's I was really wondering how they're going to take this 80-year-old man, because that's how old Harrison Ford is. He's 80 years old. How are they going to make this guy be able to be Indiana Jones? And the answer to that is they didn't. They put him behind the wheel. He got to do some driving, but even then you knew it wasn't really him because of the angles and stuff that they shot, other than like some close up and some green screen,
what they should have done was he should have passed down the torch, and he could have been like a mentor figure, but they didn't do that.
Well, that was the last movie. It was supposed to be like Shia LaBeouf, who was supposed to be like the new sort of indie.
But then Shia LaBeouf kind of had his woohoo, and so
his little meltdown, his little gamer moment.
So they killed off that character.
Wait, is it revealed that he died in this movie?
Well, I don't want to give away spoilers. so much, but I think I can in this one. It's all right. Yeah.
So wait, do they have Shia LaBeouf come back, or is it like
No.
they mention it like, oh, he died off screen?
They just
Off
explain.
screen.
Off screen. They just explained what happened.
Gotcha.
What I'll say is this is for probably I'm gonna say almost half of the movie, the setting everything up, if you will, is all CGI. It's CGI stuff.
Lazy, real lazy.
But it's here's what I would say. If you like the Indiana Jones character, if you like the series Indiana Jones, definitely watch it, but wait till it comes out like on whatever streaming service it will be going to. Check it out there.
Don't watch it.
No, I didn't say don't
buy it.
I didn't say don't watch it. Just save it. I mean, hang on a second, guys.
Wait till it's pirated.
Did the woke mob ruin the movie?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
I can't wait for the quarter to make like 5 videos on like why.
Watch a Heels versus Babyface review. He shits on it. He did like 3 videos on it. I didn't even watch the film. I wasn't going.
So, guys, I just got the notification. I've got to go help get my mother-in-law and wife and stuff loaded up. They're heading out. Like I said, my mother-in-law, she is recovered and she's doing quite well. So she's getting to go home, which she is excited about.
That's awesome.
That's great.
That is good.
Yeah. But I loved having her here and her getting to spend time with her daughter and was able to help recuperate her and get her going. I was, glad I got to help a little bit on that. But on that note, I do have to go. I want to thank everybody for hanging out this morning, the ones that called in. I appreciate that as well.
I have one question, Peepa.
Yeah, make it quick, though.
Well, when can I come to South Park, Colorado and visit you?
Oh, my God. Never.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
about a couple of weeks. Give me a couple of weeks to kind of get things kind of lined out, and I'll set up a bedroom, and you can come hang out. So how about
now you
that?
know how I feel, Peepaw. Now you know how I feel.
Pa.
Yeah,
thanks, Peepaw.
No problem. But I've got to get out here. But listen, guys, as always, make sure you're going out and checking out some of the streamers. I've got a thread underneath my Twitter account right now going where I'm wanting people to identify podcasts. And I probably should be a little bit more clear on this because some people are doing, to me, what I think a podcast is like a group of people. It could be 2, 3, whatever, that are on a regular basis doing, making, content. And it could be a podcast that was in the past and no longer active. Or it could be a podcast that is currently active. And I want it to be centralized or focused on what would be considered commentary content. So if go out there and check, there's a whole laundry list. I listed a few to give a idea of both ones that are no longer existent and then ones that are currently active. Some, I know I didn't put the broadcast on the list. That wasn't intentional, or I wasn't trying to leave anybody out. I just was throwing a few things out there, just saying these are examples, and I wanted everybody else to come and present and give me their list, whatever.
Plus you had not recording on there anyway, so good enough.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
No, Xylee, he's lying. He told me in DMs he wanted to smear you. Okay, he's lying here.
Yeah, we're actually going full Civil War. Yeah.
I'd like to reiterate, you don't got to watch Now Recording. They're not that great.
Yeah,
Death Noodle's interview.
Exclusively watch Now Recording. What are you talking about?
Total bomb.
But anyway,
listen,
I've got a project that I'm going to be doing, and so get those names out there for me. And then I'm going to go through them and kind of weed them out a little bit, because the project I can't have like 1,000 podcasts. I know there's a lot of them, so I have to kind of weed them out a little bit, whatever.
Is it a tier list? Are you making a tier list?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think
I know the way you say no, not at all, and that was one of those ways that you say that I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's been enough tier list here lately, Mr. Max. So
I think there's been enough tier lists to make me tear up. That's true.
Exactly.
100%.
So
Yeah.
anyway, but I do have to get out of here, guys, and do appreciate you all calling in, and hope you guys have a great rest of the day, but I've got to go. And on that note, guys, remember to always, always keep your powder dry and look for me in the funny papers.